recover from this? Nisqy, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Do you hear that often from him?
Yes, I mean, I think today I deserve it. Like, game 3.
But you guys are a match made in heaven, because I also feel like there's plenty of times where Carsey shortens your lifespan as well.
I mean, actually today I felt like it was the first day where I was kind of running it.
That's true.
First day,
But
huh? Yeah, first
at
day,
least-
sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
I mean, first day I was running it, you know. But I feel like we stayed in, like mentally at least. I think, for example, for game 1, when they're playing like Seraphine Ashe. And then,
That's
like,
annoying.
yeah, and then
That's
I'm like, I
that
just have
was
to
painful.
get through lane and we'll probably win. But lane, it's like very
Yeah,
annoying.
you didn't get through that lane.
And then that lane looked rough, yeah, when I flashed in. But I mean, yeah, we came back. I mean, I did one good flash and then we kind of won the game. That's
Yeah.
usually how these matchups go, right? So
How do you feel like it's been the transition? Because I don't feel like we've heard from you enough. Because it always feels like, you know, going to mid game and stuff like this. It's obviously a lot of the strengths that you had from coming from mid lane, reading the map, you know, picking good fights and stuff like this. Everything is good there, but it feels like the roughest part of your game has been like, you know, the first 10 minutes of the laning phase. You're kind of locked. You know, you don't really know the matchups because there's a lot of like random matchups. How
Stop
has
roasting him like this.
I've been diplomatic, as I mean, me and Nisqy go way back. I could just like, you know,
Fair enough.
rip it a lot harder, you know. But
All right.
okay, Nisqy, you sucked in lane. How do you get better at lane so far? How does it work?
Legit question, actually.
I mean,
It's her fault.
to be fair, lane is kind of hard, to be fair, because there's like too many combos. And then today, for example, I played against like Seraphine and Seraphine Ashe. Like first time I play against it, for example, right?
Yeah,
or
that's
like
crazy.
supports that play for 10 years, they know it probably. I don't know when I can go. I don't know when I can get chased. Like, can I combo in? Do I just die? And yeah, I think that's like the hardest part. I would say also, I think on stage, like the lanes are way different than in scrims. I feel like in scrims, we survive those lanes. Maybe on stage it's actually harder than in scrims. But I think, yeah, we kind of get through lane with Cars right now. I mean, I know he likes to win lane, but I told him, like, I mean, I don't think we're going to win like every lane right now because like I just came to the support role. And yeah, I mean, I also talked with Pad and he believes that like at the end of the split, I should be fine in lane and then he would be happy with that. But I think, yeah, right now I still need time for the laning phase at least. And yeah, I'm working on it.
What do you feel like you got better at since playing supports?
I think playing for tempo, I think I did overstay a lot in the first weeks. I think now once a play is gone, I just space and then like I open the other side and whatever. I also think I don't really die for fun as often as I did in the first weeks. And then yeah, I think just generally in the mid game, I think I'm usually on the right side of the map, which is nice, I would say, to have a support that knows what they're supposed to be. And I think just knowing what like enemies do, I think that's something I did a lot when I was a mid laner, and I feel like I implemented that this week as well. And I feel like it makes my life easier because I know what they're gonna do, and then I know what I'm supposed to do as well. So yeah, just mid game, I would say.
I'm curious a little bit, because yeah, you had this transition from mid to support. Obviously, I don't really know how much you're playing. You're planning on staying support for. Do you feel like there's been any big thing that you realize that maybe potentially going in the future when you go back to mid lane is gonna elevate your game? And if so, what would that be?
I would say it's mostly about like the early game. I actually thought that like supports can kind of go mid whenever they want. I mean, felt like it when we played against like G2, for example, when they had like Caps Mickey. I felt like Mickey could be there on like any wave. But actually, like moving to mid is kind of hard as support. Your AD gets a bit behind, or like you lose some tempo and whatnot. And if it doesn't work, like your lane is lost on bot.
Behind XP and
Yeah, it's like
everything.
you need XP, you need your stacks. Like there's a lot of these things that I didn't know before. And yeah, now I feel like I'm getting I get way more knowledge, I guess, of the game as well. And yeah, I think if I would go back to mid, yeah, for sure, I think what I'm learning now would help me as well.
You got Kia Player of the Series today. Nisqy.
did?
Congratulations. You know, it's so bad because Carsey was like, oh, Ginny was like, well, I don't know. You're laughing as well. I think it's deserved because you got the engage that won you guys the game.
It's
Game
true.
one as well.
Yeah.
I did get
You
the
did good.
engages.
You
That
did-
one was the game, like...
The thing is, I'm
Stop
laughing.
bullying Nisqy.
No, I'm laughing because it's just, I know the people at home, the chattermen who are all chatting
is
there,
true.
pressing the button to vote Nisqy, they're all so passive-aggressive. And I know that they're doing it to half bully him or not, but this engage was...
That was amazing, though.
Was crazy. Who cares that you were like 0-6 or
I
something?
didn't like my team. Like every time I was dying, I swear, like I could feel it in their eyes. Like, what is this guy doing with his Niko? You know?
Is it also the silence, you know, where you like die and no one says
Yeah, I'm
anything?
dead. And I'm like, guys, it's it's fine, I'm up in 15. Like, no, it's okay. Like,
It's fine. There's no timing. There's no Drake.
yeah,
Just like for fun.
yeah, I mean, hard Niko game, I would say. I don't know, I wanted to test it, but
To be honest,
We
it's
brought the lowlights and the highlights. That was
then
the
this one,
lowlights.
like, I didn't press proto belt. Like,
because I was watching this and I'm like, surely he didn't have proto belt, and then I see you use proto belt after. I'm like, oh, Nisqy, what are you doing? No, but the engage was crazy, and I feel like even though it's super comedy, right? Because you entered a little bit, I feel like it's deserved because even though maybe Nako had a great game, game 1, 2, 3, I feel like a lot of the time you're kind of the silent hero where, yeah, sure, you are behind, but especially when you're behind, it's a lot harder to find these sorts of plays, right?
Course.
So that's where credit is due for him.
I mean, I think when you're behind a support on stage,
You're a little
I mean,
snack.
you definitely need like some mental, I would say. Because I think you can easily go to like 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, and then you don't engage, and then you kind of like, you're kind of useless. But like, for example, on the Alistar, we said, oh, we want to dive top. I was like, sure. And then I just engaged. And we
I'm just going to go in.
We just killed them and we ended the game, right?
It might be a little fresh, but now do you understand Hilly's pain?
I do, yeah. I mean, I mean, support role is not easy. I mean, in scrims, it's way easier. On stage, everyone thinks about your cooldowns, your flash and stuff. But yeah, I mean, for sure, I think it's not an easy role.
Is there any specific support players around the world that you watch VODs from or like want to take inspiration from?
I mean,
maybe?
I watch a lot of The Light, actually. I think The Light is really good. And then I watch Keria. From LPL, I watch On.
Yeah.
And I think as of now, that's only these ones that I watch. I usually watch like a lot of them, depending on what I want to practice. Like if I want to watch some Niko VODs, then I just watch like everyone playing the champ, right? But yeah, Delight I think is the big one.
I feel like it's so hard to research because, for example, if I would be, role swapping to maybe like ADC or support or like even jungle, it feels like all of this, this autopilot that you have when you watch mid lane VODs and stuff, it feels so hard to especially transition this to the support role because you can't really look at laning phase or anything, be like, oh, how did he play lane? What can I learn from this? So I feel like a lot of the heavy lifting is done for you because I feel like most of the VODs you can only watch just, rotations and stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, I usually watch their team fights, right? Because I think, for example, like the way the Light plays Alistar is way completely different than like every Alistar in EU, maybe except June, right? And I feel like there's just these little things like when does he show, when does he like not show, like what does he actually use, when does he use ult, where does he ward before a Drake, like stuff like this, I think can be very like interesting to watch. And yeah, I don't think I can go and watch the lane and see perfectly what he does, right? But I would say just kind of I'm trying to think like, it was the same when I was a mid and I was VODing. It's like I'm trying to think of his POV of like, okay, why does he do this? And then why does he not use combo there? And I think on support it's kind of harder because sometimes you're in a fight, late game fight, and you're Alistar and you have one combo. Then it's like, do I actually combo the support that's like next to me or do I wait and see another engage, right? So it's just about like the timings, I guess, of the like engages.
There's something I want to show you. We have a couple screenshots that we took. The first one is about communication because pinging it's the other one actually. But actually, we're gonna stay on this. We're gonna stay on this. Let's stay on this one. A lot of banter. Adam chiming in because he has to. He's on the hate watch here. But yeah, I mean, how much did it fuel you to clap BDS today? These kind of interactions because you didn't ask for anything. You're just like. Starting your day, you want to stream, you want to get in a good mood, and this guy shows up.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is so cocky. Like, I mean, I know Striker very well, and like, I mean, today was very important for both teams. Like, this win, I feel like, is the win that kind of brings the hope for the playoffs. Because I think if we lost, it would be kind of doomed in some ways, right? So I really wanted to show up today. I mean, I didn't really show up that much, but I think my team did well, and we were still in mentally even when we're behind, and I think we even came back game 1. I think we're probably a bit behind that game. And yeah, I'm just happy that we won, especially for Adam, because Adam has some beef with BDS.
Yeah, for Adam. We had Sheo before the game as well. It was like, there's a whole group. Anyway, the second screenshot that I had, because you talk about support, getting better and everything, I want to talk about communication and pings and how you use them. So let's watch. Yeah.
What is this?
This is what I'm looking at here.
Oh
because
yeah, but
this is your POV.
Riot has to fix this, by the way. I can't ping enough.
Or you have to stop pinging 20 times, maybe. I don't
Why are you
know.
even pinging?
Okay, so for example, I say, oh, someone is here, and then I spam ping where they're coming from, or like, oh, maybe you can like fight Kite to here, you know? It's like, I don't know, I just ping a lot. Like,
There's a reason Riot put a cap, and it's because
they
of
should
people
not.
like you.
I think on Tournament Realm, they should not put a cap.
Do you agree or no?
No!
Why am I limited to pings to my team? Like,
Because you can open your mouth and use it.
I mean, yeah, that as well. but-
Yeah.
So, you know, if Cards is you know, kiting and doing everything.
Yeah, I'm pinging where he can kite and stuff, you know?
No, he needs to hear it so he can look at his character.
Yeah, but it's fine.
You're actually distracting your teammates. You're making it worse.
Nah, actually, wait, I ping so much.
Yeah, you do. And that is one screenshot. We have 3 or 4 like this. We didn't grab
No,
all
but you
of
need
them.
to realize, so the thing is, it's from 1645 to 1659. So for 12 seconds, you're still pinging after they stopped you. Like, you need to stop.
It happens.
No, it doesn't.
But everyone does it.
Not for 12 seconds.
It's fine.
I would like, yeah, I'm gonna ask my producers to grab me screenshots of other players. I want to see if it's a Nisqy thing or
Make
if
a ping
it's a player
competition.
thing.
See who's
Yeah, we
the
should make
most,
a ping
the
competition.
craziest pinger.
That's a good segment. I'm gonna take the notes.
True.
Let's take a look at the schedule for Vitality. I was about to say BDS, but for Vitality, because guys, it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, next
It
week is a
not gonna
banger.
be- yeah. Next week you have G2, and then it is going to be the roadshow at Evry Courcouronne in the house of Carmine Corp. You're going to face off against KC, and your last game is going to be against SK. One game after the other, I guess, is the approach here.
I mean, for sure, I think we probably need one win
Yeah,
out of these 3.
G2 looks bad though.
For sure. Yeah, I think. I mean, we scrim them look kind of rough, but but yeah, G2 doesn't look that great, I would say, on stage
yeah.
at least. But we usually with G2 is like when they play bad, they come back very strong. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's like, are you going to be the ones?
Yeah, maybe, you know,
my
it's
God.
like Koi, you know, like we beat them and then they just like 2-0'd after. So
Yeah.
I mean, G2 I'm excited to play because we haven't played them on stage yet. So I want to see how like Labrov and Mickey plays on stage. And then for SK, I think we're happy playing against SK. Hopefully it's one of our wins. And in KC, it will just be a banger, right? Especially at the arena.
I
like-
know.
It's shaping up to be interesting for playoffs because, I was talking to Nisqy a little bit before we started. I'm not sure if teams can make it with 4 wins in. I feel like it's going to be a lot of tiebreakers, especially because a lot of teams are just chilling at 3 wins right now. The only shame is that you're playing G2 not in a big stadium because I feel like G2 in a big stadium. Well, now they kind of suck.
And you beat them 3-0 in a big stadium as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it just feels like another day of G2 at international events because it's a big arena.
Yeah.
So it just might be, just they think they're at an international and
That
they
made me
suck.
sad a bit, but like, yeah.
And that's the reality of our situation,
True.
guys. They
Yeah.
get okay. Think about it. It's practice at home for them. You get to rent out an arena in Europe ahead of Worlds. You fill it up with people, and then you practice to see if they're gonna be good or not.
That's true. Actually,
just training
yeah,
weights.
it's going to be a good way to find out which teams are good on stage and which teams are not. And I'm
How many
really
games do you guys have
excited
in,
for you guys.
We have 2 games. We play KC and SK in the arena of
Ooh,
KC.
and that's the final
So
game.
it might be that the SK Vitality game will be the decider if we're in playoffs or not.
Time to bring out the Vitality fanfare. If
They will. They will.
That's gonna be hype.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm super excited
are
for that.
high.
Me
But that's
too.
in 2 weeks. That's in 2 weeks. Before that, we have week 6 of the LEC. Can we take a look at the schedule that we're going to have for that whole week, if we have it, or for the first day? It is coming. We're going to open with Fnatic versus BDS and KC versus Rogue. On paper, complete mismatch on the first day. In theory.
I mean,
but
Rogue
given
is gonna
how-
win.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the mismatch.
honestly, that would be the most Rogue thing to do. I don't see it, though.
I mean,
I don't see it, but
I don't see that, but the last set of games has been quite alright.
Yeah.
But I think KC wants that first spot right, so I think they probably really want to win. I mean, BDS looks rough. They have Fnatic and then Giants, and that's it, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Doable.
BDS, I think
It's
with this
quite-
loss today, looks rough. I was talking to Nuke before the game, and he was like, the team that loses today is probably doomed. And I was like,
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna impact the mental.
That's the thing,
of
the
the
strength of
team, I
schedule
think.
for all of the teams that are still fighting for playoffs is not really, there's no one clear winner. Outside of Heretics, I feel like Heretics is probably the clear winner when it comes to...
Can you show us the standings, please, production, so that we can talk about all this?
Thank you,
Because
production.
yeah, as you said, yeah, it's gonna be tricky. The road trip changed. The road trip, sorry,
Holy.
changed everything.
We're
honestly,
sixth place,
for a
nice.
lot of teams. Yeah, you're doing quite good.
Well, stop the count and you're in this game.
Nice, I'm in. Actually, we have a high chance of making it in.
You guys are fine. I'm getting worried for... SK started strong. I'm getting worried for them now. And GX as well.
GX, I think, is doomed. I think they have good teams left still.
Yeah, so your strength to scale is actually probably one of the better ones when it comes to it. Because Heretics, now that they're at 4 wins, they still have one of the easier ones. Because I don't think they have any perceived very good teams left. So now, even though it looks hard with G2 and K-Corp for you, the SK win might snatch it for you guys, given how it looks. But it's hard. It's going to be interesting.
I feel like in this league right now, anyone can beat anyone. Like, I can see us beating like G2 and then losing to SK. Like it's.
So is that because the league is very good?
I feel like the league is.
Yonkos was the one saying it's actually really great that teams can now match G2. It's actually sad that it's because everyone is bad and G2 got bad and not the rest of the league got better.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if everyone got worse or if people are getting better. And for example, like in Nisqy, I feel like they played bad, but we also played really good. I think today, for example, I don't know, both teams are like not that great, I would say. And then G2, I think, just played really bad on stage, for example.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
It's crazy. We have 5 weeks of competition and we still don't know what the league is about. Maybe next week is going to bring us some answers on this, because that's all for us here from today. We'll be back next Saturday with Reddit Check, starting at 4:45 p.m. CST, and we'll be looking out first teams into playoffs. And with everything being so close now, as we said it, everything really matters. You do not want to miss it. Nisqy, thank you. Odo, thank you. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Going to get in the way though. The charm though used a little bit too early. A solar flare rather than play to follow up as the dogs are back on in. Bukana re-engages and makes Team Heretics life a living nightmare.
Let's go. Gwen has TP, no ulti. I'm thinking. Basis, good job, guys. I'm TPing. I need to TP far, okay? Can we take the round? I'm coming. Enough. I'm going. Yeah, no, they're going. Double inhib, okay, double inhib. Yeah. Okay, you win this. I'm on now. Win. Ah, yes. Nice, good job. Bro! Was it better? Yeah, it was. No, it was terrible. It was terrible better, bro. Yeah, oh no, it was actually terrible. I think Penta. Wait, go second.
Cleanly done. Kazi gonna sit there and get the fourth shot, but it's not worth it. Lethal tempo still there, and takes him to town.
My bad, bro. King ball.
I will ult them. Watch me. I will take. Nice. I'm hitting for it. Let's go. You win. I didn't hold, okay?
I've come in 5.
No, you stop. Yeah, let's do nice. Oh my god, thank you, babies.
We can rush Nash.
Shockwave. I get it. You can play this. Yeah. Yon, come.
Arena E.
I flash. He's here. He's dead. MM. Yin from the side. I'm fine, I think. One back.
I'll be at them.
You can no more. Kill them. All no flash. Philip. I get it. Play to fight. I kill Niko. No flash.
Doesn't mean too much. He loses his passive. Loses splashes in, but he's all sent away. That's neutrality, but finally, Nisqy, not just a good-looking drink. He looks freaking amazing on Niko as well. G2, the power!